Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl podcast, the podcast for women over 50 who want to live their best life right now. Imagine having the courage to reinvent your life financially, professionally, personally, and spiritually. Join Cheryl and guests as they share practical tips and resources to inspire you to achieve the lifestyle of your dreams. So grab your favorite mug. It's time for Coffee with Cheryl.
Welcome to the Coffee with Cheryl podcast. Happy New Year, by the way. This is 2026, and I'm so excited to get started with the first podcast of the new year, 2026. And today we're going to be talking about living your best life in 2026. Just think about it. This is an opportunity for us to sort of start with a blank slate and start a new year and come up with some exciting things that you want to do this year and get them done. I'm so excited about 2026. 2025 for me was a pivotal year, a year of going through some health issues with my breast cancer, dealing with that not just emotionally, but physically. And I am thankful that I'm still here and I'm thriving and life is good. 2025 also brought two of the most beautiful granddaughters into our family. We're excited for the addition of Olivia and Kennedy, our two little new grandbabies, and to go along with Samara and Benjamin the third and Bryson, and also our bonus grands, Jayla and Miles. So we have a house full when they're all here, and we're just so blessed that God has given us these beautiful children to bring such joy into our lives. We all know that children bring joy, especially this time of year around the holidays, around the times that we are celebrating family, celebrating life, thinking about the joy of the season and also the birth of our Savior. Just so many things to be excited about and to be grateful for. So thank you for joining me on this first podcast in 2026. We have some amazing things in store for you this year as we just just go on a journey of making this, of course, the best year of your life. I want to start as usual with our quote, and today it is very profound. The quote is, "Don't be afraid that your life will end. Be afraid that it will never begin." Just think about that. We can do so many things, especially in our 50 somethings. And if we just sit and just wait and wait and wait and wait and think about the end, the end, the end, then we'll never accomplish any of the things that we dream of doing. This is never too late. Any time that you have that personal goal, that personal dream, it is never too late to achieve it. This year, you're going to hear from some women in their 60s, in their 70s, in their 80s that are doing amazing things, that are not just sitting on their talents, sitting on the gifts that they have. They're sharing them and they're creating businesses. They're writing books. They're totally redeveloping and reinventing their lives. And so we'll share some of their stories with you as we go through 2026. Today, I really want to talk about some tips for you to think about now that will give you a jump start into 2026. First, we want to talk about that you want to review your past year, review what happened last year. quickly. Do it and then let it go. Because with clarity comes reflection. If you think about where you've been, then you can make some adjustments to where you're going. So review your past year. What worked? What didn't work? What lessons did you learn? And how did you navigate through some of the storms that come through life? I think about the lessons that I learned about me that sometimes I forget. Sometimes I really forget how strong I am. And that's not to be bragging, but I'm a pretty strong little chickie. And I think about getting through the breast cancer, the double mastectomy, some complications after, and being prepared to be there with my daughter and my daughter-in-law for the birth of our new grandbabies, and not to just be sitting on the sidelines, but being some support to them as well. I had to not sit back and wallow in it. I had to buck up and find the strength to move forward. Also to keep 50 something lifestyle and becoming 50 something publications going. I have some projects I'm working on now into 2026, and I have a really special announcement at the end of the show, at the end of the podcast, that makes me excited about 2026 as well. So first, reflect on what happened last year. Quickly do a assessment of what worked for you, what didn't, and then where did God show up in your life in 2026, and how do you want Him to show up in 2025, and how do you want Him to show up in this next year? What did you learn about yourself? Take those things, jot some stuff down, and take all the good into this next year, into 2026. So that's your first tip. Review your last year. Clarity comes from reflection. So get clear on what happened and what you don't want to have happen again in 2026. Number two, get clear on the woman that you are becoming. Our series, Becoming 50 Something, you can see the book in the backdrop. It's all about what are you becoming in your 50 somethings. So don't let it just be about goals. Let it be about who you are, your identity. Who are you? Shift from goals to identity, and then the goals will come and they will be met. So, who do you want to be emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially? Think about those things. Who do you want to become in those four categories? How are you going to show up in 2026? I know for me, 2025 was I was focused on all these things, and I'm glad that I was able to get through them. But I did, in doing so, things just sort of fell in my business. They just sort of fell into my lap. They weren't done there because I was purposefully doing things because I was concentrating in so many other places. So I want to show up more in my business than I did last year. I want to show up more passionately, more purposefully, more spiritually, all those things. And of course, I want to increase finances. You always want to do that. So look at those things. Think about who are the women you are becoming and how are you going to show up in 2026. So the question now after 50 is not who am I? It's am I finally ready to be all that I can be? Think about that. So our next tip, our tip number three, is You want to create a life vision. You want to think about, don't think about the plans, just think about the vision, the overall picture. Not a to-do list. We all have. I have to-do lists everywhere. I have these little notepads, and every time I pick up one, I write to do, to do, to do. But what's the overall vision? Vision boarding is very popular this time of year. If you need to do that, there are classes online to help you do it, or if you just know in yourself, what you want. I lived my whole life changed when I did a vision board a few years ago, and that vision is still in the works. So it's an overall vision. I even sat and wrote a 5 year, a 10-year plan on what my life would look like, what the vision would look like um, on a typical day 5 years from now, 10 years from now, what I was doing. And it's amazing how much of it has come true, has come to reality. It's because that was my vision. So think about the different categories in your life that you want to think about. Overall vision, of course, health and wellness, your faith. What is your vision for your faith? My vision this year for my faith is to become more involved in our women's ministry at our church. This year seems like every time there was an opportunity for me to participate, something happened. So I'm going to really concentrate on becoming more involved in that respect. Think about your overall vision for your relationships, whether you're married or divorced, single, um, not just in your relationships with a spouse or a significant other, your children, your friends, your family. So, overall vision, what does that look like? Think about for your business, if you have a business or your career, are you doing what gives you the passion that makes you get up in the morning and excited about going? Are you doing that thing that gives you purpose and sets you on fire? So think about what is your overall vision for your business or your career, and then for your lifestyle. Are you living the lifestyle? Are you going to the theater? Are you going to movies, plays, concerts? Are you going to doing picnics or traveling? What are you doing? Your vision for your leisure, your lifestyle. Add that into your overall vision and create a vision plan for your health and wellness, your faith, your relationships, your business or career, and your lifestyle. Dream without limits. Don't put a limit to it. Let it go. Keep it going. And then, what is your word for the year? My daughter taught me this a few years ago. She has a word every year that whenever something's going on, she goes back to that word, whether it's hope, or whether it's joy, whether it's peace, whether it's your finances, something that whenever you are just thinking and struggling, you go back to that word that motivates you to stay on track with your vision for yourself for 2026. So let's all come up with a word for the year. And if you want to share it in the comments with me, that would be great. If you want to text it to me or email it to me at Cheryl at 50somethinglifestyle.com, or go on my website, 50somethinglifestyle.com, and leave me a message. However you want to do it, let's share in our word for the year. What is your word for the year? I'd love for you to drop it in the comments below. And so that's our tip number 3. Tip number 4, Now that you have that vision, take that time to, it don't take a long time. These are just days worth of activities. So you want to start the year strong. Now you need to create a plan with dates and specific information in it. Whether it's a quarterly plan, a monthly plan, a 6 month plan, a plan for the whole, create a plan of action. What things do you need to do to make that vision a reality? If you want some help with that, go on my website, sign up for a complimentary session, and we can talk about business planning or lifestyle planning, and I'll give you some tools that will help you get that done. So do that in once you've gotten your vision, create that plan. And uh, again, contact me if you need help in doing what I call a lifestyle plan. And it includes your business, it includes all the things that we talked about under your vision. So then once you have that laid out, then you're going to have some specific, I will do this by this date so that you can see yourself accomplishing stuff in 2026. Number five, this is important. Remove things that do not serve you, that have not served you, whether that's toxic relationships, whether it's if you're in business, programs and systems that you keep pulling out that people don't want. They've proven that they don't want it because they don't buy it. So rethink those things in your career. Um, if it's not serving you, if it's not giving you the what you need out of life, start looking for something new. Whether you need to go get new certification, go back to college, do whatever, but do things that serve you and get rid of those that don't. Let's just eliminate all that stuff. So think about the things that are not serving you, and let's eliminate those in 2026 and replace them with things that are going to help you get where you want to go and live your best life in 2026. And then our final tip is to get help, get support, whether it's an accountability partner, whether it's a coach, a life coach or a business coach, someone that can coach you to where you want to go. If you want to write a book, a writing coach, anything that you need to do that is going to help support the plans that you have that are based on the vision for 2026. Think about the support groups that are online. We have the women's 50 something women's network for you to get involved in. So there are faith groups, like I said, the women's group at our church. I'm sure at your church you have those community groups that for women that you can get involved in that support you. The Chamber of Commerce in your community. Alignable is an online community that a lot of people I know are involved in. So think about how you can get support because you don't have to go through this alone. There's plenty of help. So get that help. And once you've done these things that we just talked about, some of your next steps are to that I know I can help you with is for you to join the 50 something women's network. It's a Facebook group. Go on Facebook, type in 50 something women's network and click join. And then we'll approve you to come into the group. So that's something we do. We're a group that we share information. Um, just it's all about women over 50. So join the 50 something women's network. Subscribe to this podcast. It's every first Monday of the month. And so we share good information to help you become that woman that you were meant to be after 50. You can schedule a complimentary reinvention or business schedule session with me. Go on my website, 50somethinglifestyle.com, and schedule complimentary. We talk, and if it's something that I can help you with, we can set up a way for that to happen. You can purchase online on Amazon. I have a planner. It's called the Living Your Best Life Planner. It's on Amazon. Uh, I will put the link in the comments for you to use. This book helps you with planning your whole lifestyle, whether it's business or it's career, family, whatever you want to create that lifestyle that really works for you. And then I will also, for those of you who comment in the below or email me at Cheryl at 50somethinglifestyle.com, I will send you a worksheet that supports this podcast to help you get these things that we spoke about done in the beginning of 2026 so you can have a successful 2026 so that you can live your best life, not tomorrow, not 3 days from now, 3 years from now, but right now, today, right now in 2026. This is January 5th, beginning January 5th, 2026, living that best life. And you will find that you it will things will happen that you never thought. If you look at these books here, I have 6 or 7 more of them that I've published. I published dozens and dozens of books for women over 50. I never thought that that would be part of what I would do. I dreamt of being that and doing that. And I finally did what it took to do it and get it done. So remember, live your best life right now, starting January 5th, 2026. Now, I promised you I had an announcement, and this announcement goes along with what I'm also putting out in my social media and in my email broadcasts. The long-awaited sequel to my fiction book Legacy is coming February 24th, 2026. We will be launching the book on that date. We will do some pre-orders, pre-sales coming up in the next few weeks. But I am so excited that we will be completing everywhere I go, people say, well, when are you going to tell us what happened? And so that's what I'll be doing in Legacy Secrets Revealed. That will be coming out February 26th. So look out for the promotions on that book. I'm so excited. We will be doing a book release party, all of that in February. And February 24th has significance for me because that is the day that I had my cancer surgery, and that is the day that God revealed to me that I was going to be okay and that I would be here to see these 2 new grandbabies that came, to do all that I'm doing, to even finish Legacy Secrets Revealed. So that day has significance for me, and I hope it will for you, because you will be able to get my new book, Legacy Secrets Revealed. So I hope you have learned something from the tips that I shared, and that you will go out and do some things to make 2026 your best year, that you will definitely live your best life in 2026. Have a great January 5th, and I will see you next month.